With its advanced technology and sleek contemporary styling, the AT-LP5 direct drive turntable brings Audio-Technica's legendary quality and audio fidelity performance into your home. Because the AT-LP5 is a precision instrument, it needs to be set up correctly. Setting it up improperly can possibly degrade its performance or cause premature wear to either your stylus or records. Carefully remove the turntable from the carton and make certain that you have all of the parts and accessories. You should have the turntable chassis, die-cast aluminum platter, heavy-duty rubber platter mat, counterweight assembly, head shell with pre-installed AT-95EX cartridge, dust cover and hinges, 45 RPM record adapter, audio output cable and USB cable, power cable, quick start and overhang adjustment guide, Audacity recording software CD, and an operation manual. Begin by installing the platter and rubber mat onto the motor spindle. Make certain the platter is fully seated on the spindle and that the rubber mat rests on the platter. Next, assemble the tone arm. Remove and discard the nylon tie and white foam cube used to protect the tone arm during shipment. Temporarily secure the tone arm to its rest with the locking clamp. Locate the AT-95EX dual moving magnet stereo cartridge. Created specifically for this turntable, the cartridge is factory mounted and aligned on an ATH S10 lightweight head shell. Attach the head shell cartridge assembly by inserting it into the socket at the end of the tone arm. While holding the head shell in position, rotate the head shell locking ring counterclockwise. As the ring rotates, it pulls the head shell into its seated position. Tighten carefully. Next, install the counterweight, making certain that the black stylus force gauge dial is oriented toward the front. As you rotate the counterweight, it will engage threads on the tone arm. Now we will balance the tone arm, set the tracking force, and adjust the anti-skate for our specific cartridge. This important process allows the cartridge to track properly, and failure to do so can cause the stylus to wear prematurely and possibly damage your records. First, set the anti-skate adjustment knob to 0. Carefully remove the stylus protective cover by sliding it straight forward off of the front of the cartridge, exposing the stylus. While gently holding the head shell to stabilize the tone arm, release the tone arm locking clamp. At this point, the tone arm is unbalanced and can easily swing. Be careful not to damage the exposed stylus by dragging the cartridge across the platter mat. Next, while gently holding the head shell, rotate the counterweight until the tone arm is horizontally balanced. It should hover freely just above the platter and not touch the platter's surface. Once the tone arm is balanced, without touching the counterweight, carefully lock the tone arm back onto its rest. Now set the stylus tracking force to the manufacturer's recommendation. Every cartridge has a manufacturer's recommended tracking force. Setting the tracking force too light can cause the stylus to skip out of the groove on loud or dynamic passages. Setting it too heavy can cause excessive wear on both the stylus and your records. The recommended tracking force for the AT-95EX cartridge is 2 grams. Locate the black stylus force gauge dial on the front of the counterweight. Marked with numbers and lines indicating different tracking forces, the dial can rotate independently of the counterweight. Without turning the counterweight, carefully rotate the stylus force gauge dial until the 0 on the dial lines up with the center line marked on the top of the tone arm. Now set the tracking force by rotating the entire counterweight assembly in a counterclockwise direction. As you rotate the counterweight, note that the gauge dial rotates with it. Continue turning the counterweight until the 2 value on the gauge dial lines up with the center line mark on the tone arm. You have now set the tracking force properly for the AT-95EX cartridge. If you ever change out the cartridge, remember you must rebalance the tone arm and reset the tracking force to the value required by the new cartridge. Additionally, it is recommended that you use the stylus overhang adjustment guide included with the turntable to properly align the new cartridge in its head shell. The AT-LP5 has an anti-skate force adjustment. This small outward force can be applied to the tone arm to compensate for the natural skating force that pulls the tone arm toward the center of the record. For best performance during normal turntable operation, set the anti-skate adjustment knob to the same value as the cartridge tracking force. The turntable comes with a clear plastic dust cover and 2 plastic hinges. Install the plastic hinges into the receptacles on the rear of the turntable. Next, carefully guide the dust cover into position onto the hinges, engaging the slots molded into the rear of the dust cover. Note that there is only one open position, about 45 degrees. You can also remove the dust cover completely if desired. With the turntable assembled, the power and audio connections can be made. Connect the power cord to the receptacle on the rear of the turntable and plug the other end into a convenient AC outlet. Connect one end of the RCA dual audio cable to the RCA connectors on the turntable. If your audio device has a separate ground terminal, connect the spade lugs on the dual RCA cable to the grounding post on the turntable and the ground lug on your audio component to help minimize hum. The AT-LP5 has a traditional phono output along with a built-in magnetic phono preamp, providing an RIAA equalized line-level output. This makes it compatible with traditional phono inputs on amplifiers and receivers, along with AUX or line-level inputs on powered speakers, integrated amplifiers, and other audio components. If your audio device has its own RIAA magnetic phono preamp, simply set the selector switch on the rear of the turntable to phono, bypassing the turntable's internal preamp. If you are connecting to an AUX-type line-level input, powered speakers, or soundbars, place the selector switch in the line position to use the turntable's internal phono preamp. Additionally, a USB output enables the turntable to connect to a Mac or PC computer without the need for special drivers. When used with the included Audacity recording software or third-party audio recording applications, you can easily convert your records into digital audio files. Connect the square end of the USB cable to the USB output on the turntable and connect the rectangular end to a USB connector on your computer. Always make certain the output selector switch is set to the line position when using the USB output. Refer to other Audio-Technica online videos for tutorials on setting up Audacity and recording from a USB turntable. You now have set up your AT-LP5 direct drive turntable properly. For more information, visit us on the web at www.audio-technica.com.